How's it going today?
It's been going fantastic. Everything is just it's I don't want to say downhill. It's on a level surface.
Okay.
It's not uphill. It's not downhill. It's fantastic.
Looks like the last time I saw you was back in March. Does that sound right to you?
Vaguely, yeah.
Any issues since I last saw you?
Well, I guess today's visit is concerning getting okayed by you to have my surgery for a hernia on Monday.
Okay.
Which I don't understand why the doctor didn't advise me of this, the surgeon, because he knows I had a stent. I don't know what he was thinking, but I've run into situations like this before. Yeah, you have a cardiology problem, a heart problem, and then your cardiologist has to clear you before you can go through with a lot of this stuff. It's recommended. So that's why I didn't understand. So that's why I'm here. That's why I rushed in.
Okay. Yeah. I'm with you. I mean, I kind of wish we could anticipate what's going to happen, that kind of plan ahead, and kind of like I was talking to a patient earlier and telling him, well, you know, when everything is ready, then we can put in a stent, but until then we kind of need to fine-tune a couple of things. And it's like we're going to go on a long road trip, and you know, we're going to get the car ready, and we don't want to run out of gas or for things to go wrong when we're in the middle of the desert. Like, let's make sure everything is ready for this trip. And I think some things are within my control, and then other things are not in my control.
Well, I've already prepared for this trip. I've been preparing since June.
Okay.
And I wanted to be honest with you, I didn't understand why I was put on Ozempic and farxiga, but denied a continuous glucose monitor just to track my sugar for a short period of time. And then when I requested a hard copy for my blood work, because I had issues with the places having them sent in digitally, I wanted a hard copy, and I was denied those because it's not necessary. That's what I was told over the phone. They were sent in, and when I made doctor sent them in to one, and they had the hiccup with the on that Friday or whatever, Thursday, where it took out a lot of computers. It took my wife's computer out and everybody at her work. I already had my appointment set. It was a while back, I think in August, before I asked you for blood work. And anyways, my appointment, they couldn't even access I went in for my appointment, my records were lost. The orders, the blood work orders were lost. They couldn't see them. So I called up customer service. I spent an hour on there on hold, and them telling me it's okay, I can see your records, the orders, they should be able to see them. So I went in the next day, same thing. I wasted like 4 hours of my time between going in, waiting, and coming home. So when I requested blood work orders from you, and they went to LabCorp, I thought, okay, well, I better get a hard copy. And then I was told over the phone, it's not necessary. They were already sent in. And I wasn't going to get a copy. Well, I made the appointment. And then when your office called and told me I need to reschedule because you're switching offices and you're not going to be in anymore.
That's right. Yeah.
Then I had to cancel my appointment. Well, when I logged into my account for LabCorp, there was no appointment for me. You understand what I'm saying? That's the only stress that I had. I was frustrated. So I was like, okay, I'm not even going to bother going in. I'm not wasting my time. Okay. And then when I was here with my wife, her appointment with Dr. I got a hard copy. And when I had my appointment with the surgeon, that's when I had my blood work done because they were going to do blood work anyways.
Okay.
So that's where I had issues. Is I was prescribed Ozempic and farxiga for sugar, but I was denied a glucose monitor, even for a month. So I didn't understand that. That's where my frustration was. I don't know if that exactly came from you or if they were just telling me that's, from their thought. It was, I wasn't pleased. I mean, if you denied me, that's fine. But I just didn't understand. If I'm pre-diabetic, 6.9 was my A1C. 7.0 is type 2 diabetes.
That's 6.5.
I looked on the record. Blood work is 6.9.
Yeah, so you have diabetes.
It was 6.9. Now it's 6.1.
Right. I'm usually not the one that prescribes continuous glucose monitors. So I wonder if someone else should be prescribing it, like a primary care doctor or an endocrinologist. But when was this?
Back when you prescribed me Ozempic.
Okay.
That's I wanted to get a continuous glucose monitor.
Okay.
And that's why with you being the prescribing doctor for Ozempic and farxiga, then I figured, well, you could prescribe a continuous glucose monitor. But yes, I went through my primary care doctor.
Okay. Okay.
I got it. Not an issue. So that was where one of my frustrations was. Okay. Now, I'm asking you from my blood work.
Okay.
Do you see a good improvement, slight improvement? I'm really concerned with my blood work. That's why I wanted to break down of everything, like my LPA.
Hmm? Where did you get the A1C drawn?
I got all my blood work done at.
Okay, I have some from July. Oh
no, September.
I think I ordered this stuff in July, but it wasn't drawn here in SSM.
It should be in my chart. It is in my chart, I know.
I have some blood work from May.
No.
Okay.
September 4th.
Okay. I don't have that in here.
Really?
I don't.
That's... Okay, let's get logged in. And it's from... Medical Center.
Okay, so that's so yeah, if you what's supposed to happen is like even stuff, because we all use this Epic.
Yep.
we should be able to see each other's stuff, but you can see this is care everywhere. So this is from everywhere. That's kind of interconnected, and this should include these places. But so what I'll do is I'll click here so we can collect the authorization. And you want to draw that way. This will give us the chance.
I'm left-handed.
Okay.
Where is it? Okay. I can't do it that way. Yeah, that's the second.
Maybe let me try this here. It says to. Okay, I'll try that. Okay. All right. And, let's say self. Something stupid, whatever. Accept. Okay. Well, then this will give us a chance to get those records out of. And
Okay, well, I'm right here, and I have them pulled up, so you're welcome to.
And what I will do is sometimes this will go to sleep on us while I'm typing. And how do we go back?
Or, yeah, you can, right there, you see the test results list. Little arrow up top. Right there, if you want to go back.
Okay. 10. Okay. Teamwork. I like it. 2, 3. Super high.
Yeah, well, that's a work in progress.
Fine. Nothing exciting.
There's one in here. Yeah, that one right there. What is that? MCHC.
I don't even remember. Mean corpuscular. Maybe hemoglobin. No, hematocrit. Mean corpuscular hematocrit, probably. I don't pay attention too much to that. It's normal red blood cell size, it's normal platelets, you got normal hemoglobin, normal white blood cell count, so no evidence of like leukemia, lymphoma, no evidence of anemia, and your blood cells are the normal size, although they are on trending towards a slightly smaller size. Sometimes people who are chronically bleeding, it could be from an ulcer, it could be hemorrhoids, polyps, there might be microscopic bleeding, and then these are the kind of things where it's kind of like seeing smoke. You know, you just kind of follow it and try to see if there's anything. But technically, everything is more or less normal range, so nothing concerning to me.
Okay.
And I probably already spent more time than most cardiologists looking at those indices. But those are the kind of things where I'm just trying to pay attention to anything.
No. EGFR, what's that?
That's the estimated glomerular filtration rate. So normal for a guy, maybe more like 100 plus. And there are different stages of chronic kidney disease, or CKD. G1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the components are GFR and the albumin to creatinine ratio, or the urine creatinine ratio, which we already looked up.
Which
it was normal, so it was like less than 14, which is normal. So 2, 3. So and then this is GFR greater than 90. This is 60 to 90, 45 to 60, 30 to 45, 15 to 30, and less than 15. So if we were to categorize you, some of the ways that we can categorize people is what's the cause of the kidney function. This is something that we see in patients who have diabetes, high blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say you have type 2 diabetes mellitus with cardiac involvement. That's one thing. With stage G1, A1, CKD. So people will look at your numbers and say it's normal, but technically I'm going to have to put you into some sort of category, which is signaling to people who are paying attention, like this guy's kidneys are working great, which is great. That's what we want. And then as time passes,
it's been noted.
You can say, oh, well, it's 61, disease tends to be gradual and progressive.
Right.
And you try to anticipate what's going to happen down the road and decide, am I going to slow down? Am I going to stay in this lane? Am I going to get off this highway and use a different road? So
okay.
These are the kind of things to expect. When someone has a heart attack, they're high risk. When someone has diabetes, high blood pressure, their kidneys will start to squeal a little bit. And then once you get into this 3B range, we're kind of getting into the more moderate to severe disease. So this is where we would say moderate.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we'd say mild.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you're normal. And then this is severe. And then this is what's called end stage.
Okay, so from what you see with mine,
okay,
is am I trending down?
Good question. Let's look. So you have a metabolic panel from May, and the GFR then was we did cystatin.
Now
So this is something we're using this more often now. It's felt to be race independent because there's been a push for the kidney societies to change the definition of using the regular GFR to eGFR by the cystatin C, which is more independent of your race and might be a more accurate thing. So by this, in May, it was 81. And then obviously the new one from September, it's 90. So not that much different, but
getting better.
it's not apples and it's apples and oranges, sort of.
Well, I mean, okay. What I'm talking about, what is it? The normal is supposed to be like
Greater than 90.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I think
I understand apples and oranges because you have to take other factors in.
Well, it's not the same. It's not the same measurement. So this is the GFR by the cystatin C as opposed to not the cystatin.
Just like my A1C was 6.9 at that time, it's now 6.1.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I was concerned with, you go ahead and finish with
I
that.
think I looked through all the new ones.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Let me see here. Hemoglobin comprehensive. Yep, you did. Okay. Yep. Sweet. So, the only thing I have concerns with are my HDL and my triglycerides. But again, my triglycerides back in May were 300 plus. My triglycerides now are 200 plus, which means they're getting better. My HDL dropped a little. So, you recommended diet. And to be honest, I was going to be a jerk about this, but I'm not. Because it was brought to my attention that this is how this should be handled. I changed my diet.
Okay.
I know you suggested Mediterranean back in March. Okay. Now, I'm not big on Mediterranean as far as, it's like being, there's so many different types of Mediterranean. And it can get overwhelming.
Okay.
When somebody doesn't really cook that much. And when you prescribed Ozempic, that was the last straw for me. I knew I had to do something for myself, to be here for my wife and my dog. So I chose carnivore.
Okay.
So from June 6th until today, and furthermore, I'm eating nothing but meat, eggs, butter, and a little bit of milk in my coffee. It just depends on what kind of mood I'm in. And then I use Redmond real salt in my 1.5 liter, 2 liter bottle with water.
Okay.
That's the only drink I take is coffee and my electrolytes. I have lost 30, I don't know what I weighed back in March when I seen you. But I knew when I saw a doctor, I weighed close to 300 pounds. It was like 296.
Okay.
I am now, as you can see, 265. I eat as much as I want. I don't exercise. I'm waiting until after the surgery. If you release me, after the surgery, after I heal up, that's where I want to start exercising. I don't want to get into a routine, then have to stop, and then start back up again. I don't work that way.
Okay.
So, yes, I eat. I know I have to take in, I am going to be doing probably a sardine fast, where I'll be eating nothing but sardines to help with my HDL and my triglycerides.
Okay. Why are you so focused on those?
The omega-3s and the fatty acids. I've been doing some research.
Okay.
I do it every day.
The thing that puts plaque in your arteries is the LDL.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
It is. It is. The lipid societies, the people who write the guidelines, the people who know this the best, it's the LDL that puts plaque in our arteries. And
well,
it's not up for debate.
You're not. I mean, you're not wrong.
it's not up for debate. It is the thing that drives plaque into our arteries. If you want to focus on a cholesterol, focus on the LDL, you're at very high risk. You had a heart attack 10 years ago. You have familial hypercholesterolemia, you get diabetes, high blood pressure, you're ultra high risk. The goal should be an LDL less than 40 for you. If we're in Europe, here in the United States, where we're about 2 or 3 years behind the Europeans, the goal LDL is less than 55. There's no goal for the triglycerides in our lipid guidelines because in the statin era, where we have had statins, lowering triglycerides doesn't do anything for your risk of having a future event, heart attack, strokes, dying, needing stents or bypass. And it's appropriate to try to eat right, diet, exercise, but carnivore diet, that's pro-inflammatory. You can lose weight, which will help with your blood sugar.
I'm sorry?
Carnivore diet is pro-inflammatory.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can, the research that I've done and just the benefits that I have received, because I have talked to you before, and I've talked to my primary care about the tingling and numbness in both extremities of my feet and my hands. It hurt so much that I couldn't walk. I couldn't stand for any length of time.
Okay.
I can walk the full length of Costco with no problems now. And that's because my neuropathy.
Okay.
Sugar is the cause of inflammation. Carbohydrates are the cause of inflammation.
Okay.
I take 0 carbs.
Okay. I'm not saying that what you eat in terms of carbs, it is important to eat the right types of carbs. You can have high protein, but I'm telling you that all red meat or carnivore diet, high fat diet is not a good diet from a cardiovascular standpoint. There's plenty of evidence that shows that DASH diet, Mediterranean diet are the diets that lower the risk of cardiovascular events, and things like carnivore diet increase your risk for events. So these are, I don't know what you're reading, but it's not good scientific data. And at the end of the day, like, you're an adult, so
Right.
at the end of the day, like, I'm going to take care of you. I'll make recommendations, and
Okay.
I want the best for you. I want you to be healthy. It's not a judgment at all. And so,
I'm not taking.
So-
I don't take it personal.
yeah, if at any point you're like, hey, you know what? Like, I hear you. I still felt more comfortable doing this. You have it right.
Well, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, you have it right.
Now, is there any chance that you will ever investigate what I'm talking about, where there are, anecdotal evidence of not just me, not just 100 people. We're talking thousands of people. People that have been doing it for 30 years. It's sustainable. They get their blood work done. They're people that have done vegan. I don't know if you support vegan or vegetarian, but it's this carnivore diet is chastised, while veganism and vegetarianism is accepted. So I'm asking, are you going to at least investigate what I'm saying, because what the culprit is sugar. I cut out all sugars. I don't take any sugar. The only little bit of sugar I get is from the milk that I put in my coffee, which is probably a teaspoon of milk, just to color it. That's it.
Yeah, I have looked into this, and I think it's unhealthy from a cardiovascular standpoint.
Okay.
It is. And I've had this kind of philosophical sort of discussion with a couple of people in the past 2 days. So
Okay.
But I think if given a choice of numbers, like getting to certain goals, blood pressure, LDL, or you're doing everything right and you're exercising and doing everything right, but the numbers aren't there, versus someone who isn't doing anything, no exercise, eating whatever, and their LDL and their blood pressure are at goal, I will take the numbers. Of course, it's always best when you are synergizing, you're meeting the goals, and you're doing all the right things and exercising and getting plenty of rest, and you get to those numbers either with or without the appropriate medicines. That's probably where it works best, where you get to the numbers and you're having that healthy diet and lifestyle. But given a choice, the numbers are really, really important.
Again, I understand. My triglycerides, where should they be?
Again, like if we look at
My age.
studies where we treat high triglycerides, it does not change the cardiovascular risk.
I'm just asking.
Where should they be at? Normal is considered less than 150 for triglycerides. For men, HDL greater than 40, women greater than 50, and LDL normal is like less than 100. When someone has an LDL, an adult has an LDL in excess of 190, there's a really good chance that they have familial hypercholesterolemia. Yours is 230. I can tell you that 230 puts you probably in the 98th, if not 99th percentile for LDL, meaning there's only 1 to 2% of people out there whose LDL is higher than yours. And as LDL goes up, people have more events. You already had yours 10 years ago, at the age of 46, which is quite young, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the kind of thing where I think.
Now, mind you,
Okay.
Walking in from the parking lot into this office is the handicap spot is not that far.
Okay.
If this would have been back in March, I would have been winded. I would have had to sit down, catch my breath. Now, I went and bought me I walked in here, like I'm 30 years old. I went and bought a smoker, which is a two-man job of unboxing and putting together and setting everything up. 250 pounds. I wasn't able to carry 20 pounds without my hands cramping up because of all the inflammation. I've manhandled that 250 pound box smoker like it was nothing, like I was 30 years old. I went in, I took my blood pressure, it was about the same.
Okay.
My heart rate was a little elevated, it was like 73, 77.
Okay.
As soon as you're talking, I was in the garage and it was like 95 degrees out. It was last week, a week before. It was Memorial Day weekend. So I got it just before Memorial Day.
Okay.
So you remember what the heat was like. And then you imagine, I'm out there doing this manhandle. I walk in the house, I sit down, I take my blood pressure because I wanted to see what it was like, and it was just, it wasn't elevated. Now, when I went off metropolol, when I went off all my blood pressure medications, that was scary. It was 202 over like 105. So I'm like, okay, I got to get back on. And then when I hit a plateau where I wasn't losing any weight, metropolol is killing my gut biomes. So I just stopped metropolol. But I still take losartan and amlodipine.
Okay.
And the aspirin.
Okay.
I don't take the statin anymore. I don't take vitamin D because I don't burn.
Okay.
I can sit out in the sun for an hour or two, and I don't get these little bumps that I used to get, like it was like roasting me.
Okay. Do you think that's from the statins?
I'm sorry?
You think that's from the statins?
No. I don't take statin. I stopped taking vitamin D because when I changed my diet, I'm getting all these nutrients that I never got. All I eat once a day.
Why did you stop the statin?
Why? Because there has been a study done, and it's been proven that this came from a journal. I would have to look it up, but it only gives me a 1, maybe 2% chance in a 5-year period to save me from an event. 1 to 2%. It's been proven. I would have to look it up. But there's a cardiovascular surgeon that agrees with these other doctors that are carnivore.
If you look at the guidelines, I don't think that it's going to be necessarily statins, but it is the LDL. So I think people are going to change, and they're going to say it doesn't have to be the highest tolerated dose of statin, but if you can get to the goal, whether that's with a low dose of Zetia and with Zetia plus a low dose of Crestor, or a high dose of whatever, one thing or another, but it's more the number that you get to. The LDL, your LDL is a lot higher. I'm telling you, your risk is a lot higher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's fine. You can give me recommendations, and I told you what prescriptions I'm taking.
Okay.
And I'm working on getting off of those after I'm at a place, but I'm not going to get off those completely until I consult you.
Okay. You're having what kind of surgery coming up? Okay. Can you climb up a couple flights of stairs without stopping?
Definitely.
Okay.
Last time I couldn't.
All right.
Yeah. I can, like I said, I can make a full circle around Costco.
That's good.
And my feet aren't hurting. I can go shopping with my wife. So if that says anything, when I'm on the floor on my feet for 2 or 3 hours, it don't
Sounds
bother me.
like your neuropathy pains are better. Sounds like
Yes.
your conditioning is better. Sounds like you've lost a lot of weight. So I think that that's good. When people change the diet, I'm not saying that you can't lose weight when you change diet, but I think in the big picture, of course, I still want those medicines, or I want the numbers.
You'll see the numbers.
Okay.
If I bring you the numbers with this diet, are you going to rethink your?
If you get your LDL below 55 with your diet and exercise.
Hold on. Now, I can't promise my LDL is going to be lower than 55 because with the diet that I'm on, with eggs, eggs and meat are high in cholesterol. So that's asking a ton.
I know.
But what I'm saying is my health has you've seen the improvement.
How much time How much time have those guys on the internet spent with you talking about your diet and your exercise and your risk?
Personally, I've not spoken to any of them.
Right.
Which is that's fine. But what I've seen somebody, my brain fog. I have clarity, my demeanor. I don't like I said. I wanted to come in here and just be a complete total dick, and just say, okay, well, what do you recommend, vegan or vegetarian? And then when you recommend one of those two diets for me, then I was going to be a dick about it and say, well, no, I'm on carnivore. This is what happens. But I was upfront with you.
Yeah.
And that's good. This diet has changed me dramatically.
But you understand I'm also worried about you, right?
No, I understand. Yeah. I understand.
Yeah.
But can you discuss? Okay.
And I want you to do well, and I want you to be happy.
Talk to doctor.
So if you have questions, I'll try my best to answer them. But I think you know how I feel. I would want, which way we get it, whether that's with diet, exercise, plus medicines. I think it would be a miracle. I think I would literally change religions if you come back in here and your LDL is below 55.
I promise you it won't be.
Yeah.
But will you consult with doctor
about what?
About my diet. He's a doctor.
Yeah, I talked to Dr. yesterday or the day before.
And
I said, I don't like the carnivore diet. It's pro-inflammatory.
But if that's what doesn't make any sense. If it was pro-inflammatory, my neuropathy wouldn't be gone. I didn't even know what the hell neuropathy was until I saw people. Well, my feet look a bit swollen, and it feels like needles sticking in my toes and the bottom of my feet, and it hurts to stand on, it hurts to walk. I said, that's what I've got, and it goes all the way up to my knees. I couldn't stand doing dishes. Now, I'm all over the house. I can't sit still. I'm full of energy. I wake up at 4 o'clock every day, 3:30, in between 3:30 and 5:30. Every day. No alarm, no nothing. I'm in bed 10:30, 11 o'clock. I wake up, I'm ready to go.
No, I mean, things like how you feel.
I'm not winded.
Again, I'm glad that's how you feel. But just like, let's say, if people have cancer, it's microscopic, you can't see it. They might feel great, and then they walk in, and then they have some huge mass in their lung, and they get told, okay, well, you got like 6 months to live. Just because you feel great doesn't mean everything's great.
But numbers are not the only thing you can chase. When anecdotal evidence. I mean, I'm here. My appearance, not just physical but mental, you got to admit it's changed.
And I think those are good things.
Okay, and the other thing is, because you're a doctor, I can show you. No more man boobs.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Were you taking spironolactone before?
No.
No? Okay.
No. It was all due to the junk diet. I ate a lot of pizzas. I ate a lot of carbs, breads. I wasn't a sweet person, but I ate a lot of carbs.
Okay.
Now, again, like I said, I don't have any problems walking. I don't have any problems standing. I feel great. I feel like I'm 30 years old again.
It's good, but get the numbers too. The numbers are very important.
Well, we'll work on the numbers. The numbers will come.
Okay.
But it's been a long time coming since I've been able to, jump around like a 30-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you bring this up to the front, they'll work on a clearance paper, and then I'll sign it, okay?
So am I going to leave with it signed?
Yeah.
Okay.